Albuquerque, Rio Rancho. Albuquerque, Rio Rancho. You see, most people think that Rio Rancho is a suburb of Albuquerque. Little do they know, it's actually their own city. It has its own police department, own school district, own tax rate, and it's the third largest city here in the state of New Mexico, and most newcomers never figure this out. With all the research that you've been doing, you probably are writing off Rio Rancho as Albuquerque's cookie cutter cousin, and you probably haven't really looked to see what Rio Rancho has to offer. And that's why in today's video, I'm gonna go over all this, and I'm gonna give you a genuine stat that just stops a lot of people in their tracks, so make sure that you stick around for that. And full disclosure, I sell houses all around this metro area, so I have no real dog in the fight. I've lived here in Albuquerque for the past 30+ years. My name is Eli. If you're looking to potentially relocate to New Mexico and you need some help, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me at any time. This is interesting here. So USA Today said that Rio Rancho is not only the fastest growing city in America, but it's also one of the top areas to live here in the United States. And the reputation that Rio Rancho gets a majority of the time, especially if you go down the rabbit holes of Reddit and YouTube, they really start to consistently show and make you feel like Rio Rancho is just a suburb of Albuquerque, which is far from the truth. And I could totally understand why that would feel that way. Majority of Rio Rancho feels planned out, and through the grapevine in one of our real estate community things, I've actually heard that Rio Rancho is pretty much already planned out. Whether it's a commercial center or a new housing development, they already have all the ideas for all the square inches and miles here in Rio Rancho. But once people figure out that Rio Rancho has its own thing, it is its own city, and it's not Albuquerque, that's when the move starts to click. So let's run through the 4 big reasons why people get the misconception of Rio Rancho and help you discover a little bit more, especially if you are planning on moving down here in the next 6 to 12 months. Misconception number 1, and we already kind of touched on this here. Rio Rancho is not a suburb of Albuquerque. It's actually bigger than Rio Rancho, and you have about over 100,000 people that are living here. And it's also one of the fastest growing cities here in the whole state. We had to come to Cabazon Park just to film a little bit. It's a nice day. There's kiddos playing all around here. And the cool thing about Cabazon Park, which it is one of the most sought out neighborhoods here in Rio Rancho, is that there's always something happening here. It's very community focused with the community center and the 2 large grass areas. They have movies in the park, food trucks, and just different events that happen here throughout the year. But with that being said, you're gonna see that Rio Rancho, with it being incorporated in 1981, it's really been growing since then. Intel came in and really started the boom of this whole city, with it having its own mayor, its own police, its own libraries, school systems, and its own tax rates. You're gonna see a lot of benefit to living here in Rio Rancho if you are comparing Rio Rancho to any other city here in New Mexico. And why does that matter to you? Well, with Rio Rancho being its own city, it's really doing its own thing. It's not waiting for Albuquerque to help it make any decisions on infrastructure, policies, taxes, any of that. And as an adult, I guess that's pretty important. It gives you a sense of independence, especially with this next topic, and that's the schools. And that's where a lot of people get the big misconception. And the second thing that I want to bring up in this video is going to be the public schools. The Rio Rancho public school system has nothing to do with the Albuquerque public school system. It's totally separate. I'm not going to go in and rate every school for you. That's not my job. That's not my lane. There are some good resources online that have helped all of our clients with figuring out which school is gonna best fit their kiddo. And all the report cards that are uploaded to the state websites, and greatschools.org is another great tool and resource that we've recommended to our clients that have helped them with figuring out which school is gonna be the best fit for them and their kiddos. So don't make the mistake of thinking that Albuquerque Metro, right? That's kind of like what all of this gets looped into, that the public schools here in Rio Rancho are gonna run in perpetuity with the schools out there in Albuquerque. Misconception number 3 is really where the sleepy suburb idea really starts to fall apart. Let me explain. Oh, didn't see you there. Hey, before I forget, don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you never miss out on any videos, because we are dropping videos every week talking about what the Albuquerque and the Albuquerque metro area have to offer. And we are starting to branch out into other cities here in New Mexico, so be on the lookout for those videos as well. And if you just want to ask me a question personally, that number popping up on the screen here is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me at any time. This one is gonna stump a lot of people, because the third misconception that I continuously hear is that there's no real paying jobs out here in Rio Rancho. If you're lucky enough to get into Intel, I'm just gonna be brutally honest with you, you're probably gonna get a pretty decent paying job, especially because right now they're pouring not millions or a couple thousand, they're pouring billions of dollars into expanding. So that means more higher paying jobs here within the city of Rio Rancho in manufacturing and tech. Here's the stat that stumps all the people, the one that I promised you, and that's going to be the median household income that people have here in Rio Rancho. And it's going to be way higher than Albuquerque's and way higher than the median average in the whole United States. And that's going to be anywhere from $85,000 to $90,000. And that's crazy for a city that only has about 115,000 people. So Rio Rancho isn't a sleepy city, like point blank period. The numbers speak for themselves. Any fool can realize this. Like, I'm a fool and I see that Rio Rancho gets active. Those are real numbers and those are real jobs that people are getting here in Rio Rancho. Which brings me to the next misconception, and it's the one that has the most truth baked into it, so make sure that you pay attention. We had to set the tone for this last misconception. Right now we're in Loma, Colorado, and if you know anything about Loma, Colorado, it is the poster child for master plan communities here in Rio Rancho and Albuquerque, just to be honest with you. And a lot of people tend to say that these areas, Loma, Colorado, Enchanted Hills, Cabazon, they're just a bunch of cheap cookie cutter houses. And there is some truth in the cookie cutter thing. Can I get permission to play devil's advocate for a little bit here? Because this is the whole reason why people love it here. People love this cookie cutter thing that a lot of people are being so negative about. Pushing that to the side, here's why people love it. They're getting modern floor plans, brand new homes, they're getting more bang for their buck, and they're getting planned amenities and communities to where everything just makes sense. Loma, Colorado, for instance, they have an aquatic center, the gym, the library, and the Rio Rancho High School, literally 5 minutes from this park where I'm sitting at. Oh, and another thing, Rio Rancho keeps getting recognized in the news. In 2026, it got recognized as one of the best places to live here in New Mexico, one of the best places to retire here in New Mexico, and with them also getting a national hockey team, like a pro hockey team, Rio Rancho is starting to finally gain its own identity. And I just want to give you some honest trade-offs, my 2 cents about living here in Rio Rancho, because number one, you're going to be on the west side of the river, and more than likely you're going to have a job in Albuquerque that causes you to cross the river, especially during that pesky rush hour traffic, which is going to add to your daily commute. So just expect anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour daily to and from work. Now, Rio Rancho is still growing, so there's a ton of construction always going on, especially off of Unser and 528. You're going to see a lot of commercial developments and a bunch of brand new neighborhoods coming up here within the next couple of years, so it can feel like a bit of a project. And with it being such a new city, there's not going to be any real character or charm like Albuquerque would, like in Old Town or anything like that. So if that's something that you're expecting to get here in Rio Rancho, I just totally throw that out the window. None of these are deal breakers, just my 2 cents. I figured that I'd give it to you straight. That way you understand what you're getting yourself into before you decide to move. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Rio Rancho is an awesome city. It has a lot to offer, and it could be that right place for that right person. And don't worry about not getting all the outdoor things, because you can still get everything that we talk about in Albuquerque when it comes down to the outdoor lifestyle, like going to the mountains, going to the bosque, and hitting a bunch of different trails here in Rio Rancho. So if you're somebody that's looking for something that's a little newer, you want newer communities, a newer house, newer concepts on the open floor plan kind of thing, then Rio Rancho is gonna be that right fit, especially if you wanna grow with the city that is creating its own identity. Like that right there is pretty awesome to see happen in real time. And I think you're gonna enjoy being a part of that. All right, now as we cut out on the whole video, because we're helping 4 families with relocating to Rio Rancho here this month. And I figured that it'd be a great time to do a video on all this because with all the attention that the city is getting, I think there's not enough people giving it the credit that it deserves. So I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions or you just want to speak to me directly about the communities here in Rio Rancho or talk about what's gonna better fit you and your lifestyle, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me anytime. And do me a huge favor, drop a comment down below and let me know why you're thinking about relocating to Rio Rancho. I'd love to know. But anyways, talk to you soon. Have a good weekend. Peace.